Date right now is September 8th, 2008. The time right now is 18:35 hours. I'm Detective Mellish with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, case number 08-069208. I'm with Detective Eric Edwards, also with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Just walking in the room is FBI Agent Nick Savage with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Also present is Jesse Grund. Jesse, you understand this is being recorded?
Yes.
Any objection to that?
No.
Okay. We're over here at the FBI office in Maitland. Jesse, we had asked you, we called you, told you that we wanted to speak to you. We had some more questions about information that had come up. He came down to the office. I just want to go over what we did. Came down to the office today. We asked if you'd be willing to take a polygraph. You did. After the polygraph examination, during which you made some comments such as, I guess he was asking you about evidence questions or questions about evidence or hiding evidence, and it concerned us because you said something about to the extent of, well, if I'm going to be considered a suspect or a person of interest, I want an attorney. This is after the polygraph is over, correct?
Right.
Okay. So when you came in here, the first thing I wanted to make sure that we were clear on is that you're not detained, you're not in custody, you're free to leave. I showed that there's the door if you want to walk out. Did I not say that?
Yes, sir, you did.
Okay. So do you feel like our conversation here, since I guess we've been talking for a half hour before this one on tape, did you feel that you were not free to leave or you were in custody?
No, sir.
Okay. So that being said, we went over a couple of things here that we had some questions about. First off was a comment that you made to me last week when I called you on the phone. You said something about Cindy being told by Lee of an incident involving Cindy and Casey.
Correct.
Just before Kaylee went missing.
Right.
Would you please just explain that incident for me and how you learned of it?
Lee, shortly after my second interview with Orange County, confided in me that the reason that he thought, Cindy confided in him that the reason he thought she felt that Casey ran off was there was a big fight between the two of them, and the fight concerned Casey not being home a lot and not bringing Kaylee by. It got into a very heated argument, which turned physical, and Cindy started choking Casey.
Was there anyone else in the house when this happened?
He didn't actually expand upon that. As far as I understood from what he told me, it was just Cindy and Casey.
Mm-hmm. Where was Kaylee?
I don't know.
This happened daytime, nighttime?
Nighttime.
You know if George might have been home?
I don't know if he was home or not. Again, what Lee told me was very short, sweet, to the point. I didn't ask a lot of questions in regards to it because, again, I didn't know how much of it was real and how much of it was fake. I didn't know if, again, I was being fed something just to test to see where I was at in regards to retaining information that he'd give me.
Did you have any reason to believe that Lee might have been tricking you at that point?
I didn't trust anybody in the family at that point, so I was on high alert in regards to anything that was being told to me.
Did Casey ever mention this incident with her mom to you at all?
Absolutely not. I mean, she'd been recently in a very much kind of a hatred stage for her mother, but she had never mentioned anything in regards to being choked by her mom.
When she saw you, actually last time you saw her was this year, was when?
July 1st.
July 1st?
When she came over to take a shower.
Okay.
That was the last time I saw Casey.
And this incident obviously occurred in June.
I think he said right before she stopped really coming by the house anymore, which I think was the middle of June, I believe.
Mm-hmm. See any bruises or marks on her when she came over to take a shower?
No, none.
He also mentioned something, or went into detail more about an incident that occurred with Lee some time ago. Well, I guess where Lee, tried to have sex with her.
September 2005, Casey told me that she didn't feel comfortable with Lee being around Kaylee. When I asked why, she said that recently, she wouldn't expand upon recently. I assumed it was before Kaylee was born. Casey and Lee were at the house alone together, and Casey and Lee attempted to have sex with her.
Did he? Or did you get an indication of what attempted to have sex meant?
There was never any explanation. My impression was that somehow he was trying to pressure her into it somehow. That was my impression from what she was saying. Mm-hmm. I didn't have anything else concrete on it, and it was so vile and disgusting to me that I didn't really want to go any further into it than what she was telling me. Being that I cared about her at the time, I was immediately angry towards Lee and had resentment towards him.
And this was September of 2005, correct?
Correct, yes.
Has she ever mentioned that in another incident to you, or has she ever mentioned this to you more than once, or was it just on one occasion?
No, it was just on one occasion. Like I said, I didn't want to expound upon it.
And approximately when did she mention this to you?
September of 2005.
Same month it happened.
No. She mentioned it to me September of 2005. She didn't say the exact date of when it happened. She said recently, which my guess what the recent would have been before Kaylee was before she was pregnant.
Okay.
She never actually told me the exact date. She just said it was recent.
Okay.
And that's why she had that relationship with Lee the way she had it.
Do you have any reason to believe that Lee is the father of Kaylee? Lee the father of the child?
Do I have any, or does she, or did she tell me?
Do you have reason, or Kaylee? Did she ever tell you she had reason to believe that?
No, she never said that to me, not once. Again, she stuck by the whole, after it was proven that I was not the father, that it was some guy she had a one-night stand with. But now looking back on it, that may have been very convenient.
She never gave you a name of who this guy was?
No.
Said Lee wasn't at the hospital when the child was born.
Lee was not at the hospital when the child was born. Lee was not around a lot, basically, and really wasn't around Kaylee when she was very young. It was towards the end of our relationship when he really took on that uncle role.
Hey, let me ask you, did you share that information you just told us about, did you share that with the other individual you told us you had been speaking with? Did you share that with Baez when he was sharing whatever information with you?
Absolutely not. Only other person I've shared it with is my dad.
Do you know if your dad shared it with Baez?
I am not sure. I don't think he has, because a lot of that stuff my dad keeps close to the vest unless I say something.
Okay. I want to show you something here. Oh, I had you look at this before. It was a conversation coming from her computers in unallocated clusters of Casey's computer. And between Casey O'Marie and Special Agent Jag 4. Do you know who these people are?
Casey O'Marie is Casey's AOL Instant Messenger name. Special Agent Jag 4 is mine.
Okay. And up here, I guess right at the beginning, it says, I can hit up my friend Annie for some Xanax. Is that what it says?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you remember this conversation at all?
No, sir.
You mentioned an approximate time frame when you think that might have taken place, right?
Because of the comment in here about living with Josh, which I just started living with Josh, and working at Progressive, it would have been sometime beginning of 2007.
Okay. Have you ever seen her take any Xanax or Xanny pills? Xanny bars?
Never.
Have you ever seen her or known of her to take any drugs, either over the counter or prescription medication or illicit narcotics?
Not recreationally. No, I've never seen her. The only thing I've ever seen her take by mouth is birth control pills, and that's it.
All right.
So that's the only.
So basically, if I asked you in a very, very plain question, did she ever use drugs?
I'd have to say no. I've never seen her use drugs before.
Okay. So you have no idea where the Xanax comment would have come from?
No, honestly, no idea. I don't know what the rest of that conversation entailed, but I've never used recreational drugs before, so I'm pretty sure that would have been.
Is it possible that in her time away from you, that this is something that she could have gotten into?
Absolutely. She got into being tattooed on her body and getting drunk all the time between those two periods of time, so recreational drug use could have been a possibility.
Glad you mentioned that, tattoo on the body. What do you think Bella Vita means?
I thought it meant good life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little rusty on my Espanol, though, so I really don't know.
Why do you think she would have something like that tattoo or something like that tattooed on her body?
I don't know if she'd been talking about getting more tattoos, lots of tattoos, a lot. She's just never gone to get them. So I don't know what the specific meaning for that or why she would have gotten it would be. And it became a new fascination of hers after we broke up and after her friends and her circle all got tattooed together.
We talked about the seizure or an incident that happened. You gave me a specific date of 11/18/07.
Correct.
And you know that date because...
It's 2 days after my birthday.
And you explained a little bit about what happened the day before. I guess 11/18 is Sunday.
Correct.
So you said Saturday morning...
Or Friday night we had my birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday afternoon she came over. We went out Saturday night, started drinking. She got very drunk, passed out at my place, woke up early first thing Sunday morning, went back to her house again, and then came back at around noon to watch football and hang out at the house and recover.
Where was Kaylee?
At her parents' house.
So from Friday to Sunday, had you seen Kaylee?
No.
All right. So when she came back on Sunday, she came back around noon, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys were watching what, football game?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
We both passed out on the sofa. Late night for both of us. I woke up, tried to get up. She was kind of draped down across. Her legs were across me and her head was on the sofa, so I just picked up her legs, moved them to the side while she rested. As I got up, her eyes popped open. It looked like she was just staring straight. I said her name a couple times, and then she started foaming at the mouth and shaking uncontrollably. And from my limited first aid experience, it looked like a grand mal seizure to me. So I moved a table out of the way, turned her on her side. Her lips turned slightly blue. She continued seizing for probably about, 6 to 8 seconds. Once she got done, she let out this sigh, and then her eyes popped back open again, and then closed, and she was non-responsive.
Did you call 911?
Yes, I did.
House phone or cell phone?
Cell phone.
And what address were you living at the time?
3302 Arden Villas Boulevard.
Is that the address you gave to fire rescue?
Yes, I did.